Right. Good morning. Today I'm going to discuss these two main topics, Ramai, in Unit 1. Number one, normative statement and positive statement, main first part. Second one is, Ramai, the difference between micro and macroeconomics. Okay, right. Is Kalana and others observed, right? Right. Lamai, in economics, all economic statements, Lamai, right? Economic statements. Economic statements mean uh, like any the group of words, Lamai, simple way, right? All statements can be divided into two parts, Lamai, right? All economic statements can be divided into two parts. First one is positive economic statements. Second one is not negative, not positive and negative, right? Positive and normative. What is that? Positive statements and normative statements, right? All economic statements in economics, right? Maybe grade 12, 13 syllabus, all economic statements can be divided into two parts. Number one, positive statements. Second one is normative statement, right? Positive and normative. Look at the topic, positive and normative, right? Positive and normative statement. Okay, the number positive and normative statement. Give me 1 minute. Positive and normative mistake. Positive. Remember my not negative normative mistake. Positive and normative. Lamai, when it comes to positive statements, positive economic statements, look at this. Positive statements are what is here, right?
Check one. Check one. Check one. Check. Check one. Check. Oh. Check one.
Right. Positive economic statements are uh, highly objective, Lamai. It means simple way we can say. I'll give you one example. Not clear. Number one, we can say Lamai, Sri Lankan economic growth. Sri Lankan economic growth. Sri Lankan economic growth. Sri Lankan economic growth in, we can say Lamai, 2023 is, we can say Lamai 3.3%, right? It's one of the statements. This is one of statements in economics, right? Group of words, Lamai. What is it? Sri Lankan economic growth in 2023 is 3.3%. That clear? This is one of the statements. Kanuli, tell me, can we prove this statement, right? Can we prove this statement, whether statement is correct or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Lamai. Why? Because normally economic growth is measured by central bank, right? Okay. So you can say whether this statement is correct or wrong. That clear? Or you can prove it, Lamai. That clear? Based on evidences, that's the important point, right? Based on evidences, you can say whether the statement is correct or wrong. That clear? Right? So these, remember, positive economic statements are highly objective, Lamai, right? These statements can be proved. That clear? Based on evidences, facts. These are facts, Lamai, right? Other one is normative. Normative statements are not facts, Lamai. Highly subjective, which means depends on the person, Lamai, right? Example, one can say, uh, Look at this statement. Every low income earner, every low income earner should be given 5,000 allowance per month, right? 5,000 allowance per month, right? Lamai, this is a subjective one. Why? It depends on the person. Someone can say, no, 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 no. 5,000 is not enough per month. It should be 10,000. These are highly subjective, Lamai, right? We cannot prove, no evidences, right? Actually, these are like person, people, beliefs, right? It depends on beliefs, attitudes, right? And their education level. That clear? These are highly subjective. Is that clear? These are not facts, Lamai. No evidences to prove this whether it's correct or wrong. That clear? Okay. Simple way we can say, Lamai, positive statements are the economic statements that we can prove based on evidences. These are facts. Normative are not facts, right? Normative statements are subjective statements which are depends on person's behavior, beliefs, and attitudes and perceptions, right? And but remember, both categories. What are the both categories, Anuli? Positive statements and normative statements are both are important in economics, Lamai. Remember. Okay. First one, positive statement. Second one, normative statement. Both are important in economics, not only positive. Remember. Right? Okay. Read this, Lamai. Positive economic statements. Positive economic statements. Positive economic statements are, Lama, if you can highlight it, highly objective, right? Highly objective nature statement which can be tested. That's I told you at the beginning. Positive statements can be tested, Lama. That clear? Can be proved. Okay? Can be tested, proved, corrected, disproved using available actual evidence, Lamai. Highlight these points, right? Available actual evidence, or we can say, Lamai, facts, evidences, right? Example, in previous example, Sri Lankan economic growth rate story, right? You can take Sri Lankan annual report, Lamai, central bank report. You can go through the central bank report and you can say whether it's correct or wrong. You can say, sir, it's not correct. It's not 3.3. It is 5.5. That clear? You can say whether it's correct or wrong. හරිද ළමයි? මේවා evidences ළමයි. Okay, facts. Right? Okay. Evidences and logical thinking using scientific method, ළමයි. Using scientific method, right? Next point, positive economics or statements focus on explaining. Let me highlight these points. Explaining what? Explaining or answering questions such as, number one, what was? Example, Sri Lankan economic growth rate was 3.3 in 2023. What actually was? That clear, right? The past. And what is? What is mean, Lamai? The present, right? Example, we can say, Lamai, Sri Lankan economic inflation rate. Present inflation rate is, you can say, any percentage, like 3.3 or 5.5, right? These are present lamai, right? Some facts based on present evidences or what might be, right? Example, someone can say, or central bank can forecast, predict, right? Based on past data, Sri Lankan economic growth or inflation rate will be this much in next year. That clear? Lamai? These are the future. Remember, answering the questions such as what was in the past, what is in the present, and what might be. That clear? But remember, Lamai, these are facts. We can prove these statements to be correct or wrong, Lamai. That clear? Any doubt, Lamai? And highlight these are objective and also can be tested. Okay, corrected, proven, disproven using available evidences. Using available. Okay, the Lamai. Lamai, remember, some student mess up this point. They think that positive statements are correct statements. No, remember, positive statement can be correct or wrong, right? But the validity or whether it's correct or wrong can be proven, lamai, based on evidences. හරිද? positive කියන්නේ අර මොකක්ද ඒවට කියන්නේ හරිම ඒවා නෙමෙයි. එහෙම කියන්න බෑ ළමයි. හරිද? දැන් example එකක් අපි කියමු ළමයි economic growth rate එක 3.3 නෙමෙයි නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි අපිට prove කරන්න පුළුවන්. මෙන්න central bank එක කියනවා 3.3 නෙමෙයි sir 5.5. අන්න එන පොසිටිව් කියන්නේ correct statements නෙමෙයි ළමයි. එහෙම අයිඩියා එකක් ගන්න එපා. ගොඩක් අය වරද්ද ගන්න තැනක් ළමයි. එයාලා හිතනවා පොසිටිව් කියන්නේ correct statements, normative කියන්නේ wrongs. එහෙම එකක් නෑ ළමයි. මෙතන positive ද මේ sorry normative ද කියලා බලන්න ළමයි. මොකද්ද? Whether you can prove or not based on evidences. That clear? Right. එක්සාම්පල් දැන් සනුලි අපි කියමු ළමයි රිසල්ට් ආවට පස්සේ ඇත්තටම සනුලිගේ මම නිකන් කියන්න හොඳ එක්සාම්පල් එකක් හොඳයි අපි කියමු 8A's 1B හැබැයි සනුලි කියනවා 9A's කියලා සනුලි නෙමෙයි අපි වෙන කවුරු හරි කියමු හරි නෑ නේද හරි 9A's කියනවා ළමයි හරිද දැන් ඇත්තට මේක බොරුවක් නේ ළමයි ඒක වැරදිනේ හැබැයි ඒක පොසිටිව් ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක්. ඇයි? අපිට යාලා රිසල්ට් ෂීට් එක බලලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් එක එයා කියපු එක හරිද වැරදිද කියලා නම්. ඒතකොට අර මේ positive statement do not mean that correct. No. Can be correct or wrong. But you can prove the validity. Clear the Daru? Tanuli, Deepna?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Highlight these important points or if you don't have the tute lamai or printer tute you don't have so you can write it down in your writing book. Okay. Positive statements and normative. Right. Next one, lamai, normative statements. Normative statements. Look at that. Normative statements. Normative statements. Normative economic statements are highly subjective. Highly subjective. Subjective mean depends on the person. These are not facts. Remember, subjective thing, right? Nature statements which are based on an opinion. Remember, and generally have value judgments. Judgments, right? Judgment of people. Someone can say, as I told you at the beginning, poor people should be given 5,000 allowance or 5,000 grant every month. They are innocent and poor, right? To even we can say to buy basic things, rice and these basic things, foods, right? Uh, Clothes. Okay. Someone can say, no, sir, 5,000 is not enough. At least they should be given 10,000. Subjective opinions, value judgments, right? Normative statement involves opinion, ethics, beliefs, values, and norms of the person or institution making the statement. Clear the ළමයි. අපිට අර මේ prove කරන්න බෑ ළමයි. හරිද වැරදිද කියලා කියන්න බෑ. තේරුණාද? සමහර ඔය තියෙන ළමයි මේ අපිට සමහර දේවල් කියන්න බෑ එහෙම. ඒක හරිද වැරදිද කියන එක depends on the person ළමයි. ඒක අපිට ඉතින් prove කරන්න බෑ. ඔය කියන එක තේරෙනවද? ඒක හරිද වැරදිද කියලා කියන්න බෑ. It depends on your attitudes and beliefs. මේවට කියනවා normative statements. Next one ළමයි. These statements tend to suggest මෙන්න මේ ටිකත් highlight කරන්න. What should be done? What should be done? Or how the economy should be. Should be ළමයි. Someone can say, yes, this should be like this. Someone can say, no, sir, this should be like this. Should be. In positive statement, what was in the past, what is in the future, sorry, present, and what might be in the future. Make a should be. Normative statement always have a personal value judgments, opinions such as the world should and will be more focused on economic policies. Now, I remember this normative statements are very important in making economic policy. Making economic policies. Economic policy. Economic policy. Okay. Any doubt, Lama? Dipna? Anuli?
No, sir.
No. Right. Positive, normative, okay, Lama. Then remember this one also. Common words is mean when talking about positive statements, Lamai, normally people use these words. What are the words, Anuli?
Was, wasn't, has, hasn't, may,
Yes.
not, shall not.
Shall not. Right? These are common words in positive economic statements. Normative. What are the Lamai? Normative. Should or shouldn't, good or bad, right or wrong, fair or unfair. These are the words in normative economics. I mean, these are the common words which are used in normative economic statements. Clear? Right. Then examples. Positive statement. Next one. Positive statement. Number one, high interest rates. Look at the board. High interest rates may encourage people to save more. High interest rate may encourage people to save more. Dipna, is it correct or wrong, Puta? Correct, Nedalama. Yes, higher interest rates encourage people to save more. Yes, when interest rate go up, people try to save more. Correct, Lama. And also, you can prove, okay, or you can say whether this statement is correct or wrong based on evidences, Lama. Right? If you want, you can do a research, Lama. You can collect some data, interest rate. Okay, example, you can say, sir, in NSB bank or commercial bank, whatever bank, when interest rate is 5% on fixed deposit, people save 15 million, right? So when interest rate increases to 10%, people have saved, assume, 30 million, sir, right? Based on evidences, data, you can say whether it's correct or wrong. Yeah, this is a positive statement. Next one, Lamai. A high tax on tobacco has discouraged smoking. Can check whether this statement is correct or wrong based on evidences. Next one. Color coding of soft drinks based on sugar level has no impact on the demand for soft drinks. You can prove. Next one, Lamai. Capital punishment may help reduce drug-related major crimes. You can prove whether they are correct or wrong. Any doubt, Lamai? These are the examples for. You can say other one is, Lamai. Write down another one for another example for positive statements. You can say Sri Lankan economic growth. Growth. Is 3.3% in 2024, like that. These are positive statements. Sri Lankan population, Lamai. Clear? Sri Lankan population. Someone can say Sri Lankan population. How much the room? Dipna? Population එක කොච්චරද දරු? ලංකාවේ? නැත්ද? අහලත් නැද්ද?
22 million.
22 million ළමයි. දැන් කවුරු හරි කිව්වොත් Sri Lankan population is 18 million කියලා. මට කියන්න statement එක positive ද normative ද?
Positive.
Positive ළමයි. ඒක correct නෙමෙයි. ඒක wrong. But you can check whether statement is correct or wrong. ගොඩක් ඔය ළමයි මේ data facts යන්නේ positive statements වලට. හරි නේද? මොනවා හරි issue එකක් තියෙනවා. Normative ලියන්න ළමයි statements, examples. Write down first one. We can say every low income earner. Every low income earner. Every low income earner should be given 5,000 monthly allowance. 5,000 rupees monthly allowance. Monthly allowance. මේවා ළමයි මේ normative. අපිට හරියටම කියන්න බෑ මේවා තව කෙනෙකුට 10,000 කියන්න පුළුවන්. තව කෙනෙකුට වෙන ගාණක් කියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හින්දා මේවා මේ එහෙම කියන්න බෑ මේවා කොහොමද කියන්නේ කිල්ලව. තේරුණාද? අර සමහර වෙලාවට අපි කියන්නේ දැන් සමහර මිනිසුත් එක්ක ආගියු කරන්න යන්න එපා ළමයි. ඔයාලා අහලා ඇති මේක. ඒක එයා දකින විදියෙන් තමයි එයාලා කියන්නේ. තේරුණාද? ආගියු කරන්න සමහර දේවල් වලට ආගියු කරන්න බෑ ළමයි. තේරුණාද? ඔයා ආගියු කරනවා ඔයා දන්න විදියට, එයා ආගියු කරනවා එයා දන්න විදියට. කවුද හරි කවුද බෑ එහෙම එකක් නෑ ළමයි. depends on your knowledge level, attitudes. එහෙම. දැන් ඔය ළමයි religious වලට අපිට ආගියු කරන්න බෑනේ ළමයි. මේක බොරු. මෙහෙම කියන්න බෑ. එහෙම අපිට ආගියු කරන්න බෑ. එහෙනම් පොලිටික්ස් වලටත් එහෙමයි. ආගියු කරන්න බෑ. ඒක යාගේ පැත්තෙන් හරිම අර ෆැක්ට්ස් නෑනේ ළමයි. එවිඩන්සස් නෑනේ. clear? Right. Second one you can say you can say lamai charging 15% income tax. Income tax is unfair. Is unfair. Clear the lamai. තව කෙනෙකුට කියන්න පුළුවන් නෑ නෑ charging 15% or yeah 15% income tax is fair. These are facts, not facts lamai. Subjective. Sorry, personal opinions. Clear the lamai. Okay. Then someone can say lamai. All students should be given. All students should be given free education. Free education. All students should be given free education. එයා මොනවද ළමයි? තව කෙනෙකුට කියන්න පුළුවන් නෑ නෑ education should not be given at free of charge because the government has to spend more money. So it's better not to give education at free of charge. Someone can argue ළමයි. Right? Example countries like India. Right? Education is not free. In Sri Lanka, yes, free. But someone can say, no, it's not effective. Because when something given at free of charge, people don't know the value of that. So, education should not be given at free of charge. If you have money, you can learn, otherwise forget it. Like that. These are value judgments, Laman. Okay? And you can make your own example for normative statement. Right? This one is for you. හරි මොනවම හරි ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවා නම් කියන්න දරු. Any doubt ළමයි?
Yes. No, sir.
No. හරි. දැනට ඔයාලා මේක කොහේ හරි ලියන්න. පස්සේ ටියුට් එක හම්බ වුණාම ලියන්න. ලියන්න නැතුව ඉන්න එපා. හරි නේද? හරි. හරි. අපි ආයෙ පොඩ්ඩක් බලමු ළමයි. Economic statements, there are two parts. What are the two parts, Tanuli?
Positive and normative statement.
Positive and normative statements. Both are very important in economics lamai. Clear? Dipna, tell me what positive statement means.
Highly objective.
Yeah. And can we check the validity or can we prove that these statements based on evidences? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. These are facts lamai. Okay. Give me one example for positive statements. Is 3.3 or something. Right. Yes. Anuli, normative statement. How to define normative statement?
Subjective statement which cannot be proved.
Yeah, which cannot be proved. Very good. Right? These are opinions, Lamai. Value judgments. Okay. We can't say whether the statement is correct or wrong. Yes. Good. Yes. Give me one example for normative statements. Right. Before moving to micro and macro, Lamai, you can do this few questions. Past paper question. This is 2018 A level. Past papers. Test your knowledge, Lamai. Right, let's do it. The normative statement of the following statements would be: first one, the increased fuel prices shall encourage demand for electric cars. The increase in fuel prices shall encourage the demand for electric cars. Sanuli, positive or normative?
Positive statement.
Positive, Lamai. Because if you want, you can collect some data and you can test whether it's correct or wrong. Clear the Lamai? It's correct, ne? Increase in fuel prices shall encourage demand for electric cars. Yes, correct. Second one, then first one is a positive statement. First one is a positive statement. Right? First one is a positive statement. First one is a positive statement. Second one, an increase in income shall decrease value of sales of luxury goods. Dipna, positive lamai. If you want, you can check neda lamai. Eka harida balan. An increase in income shall decrease sales of increase sales of monada lamai luxury goods kiyan. What are luxury goods?
Expensive.
Expensive, yes, vehicles, expensive clothes. Harida lamai. When your income increases, you demand more luxury products. Remember, the statement is wrong. That's why I told you. Positive doesn't mean that all the statements are correct. No, this is wrong. Second one is wrong. But you can test, you can check whether or prove whether it's correct or wrong. So second one also positive. Clear the lamai. Third one, Sanuli, the demand demand for laptops or computers shall increase as price falls.
Positive statement.
Positive, Lamai. Positive. These are facts. The government should control rent on housing charged by landlords. Positive the normative the Lamai. Dipna, fourth one, positive or normative? Normative. Because Lamai, it's easy to recognize a normative statement if you see this word should, fair, unfair, good, bad. Is that clear? These are normative statement. So this should be the normative statement. Last one also positive. The quantity demanded of a good is indirectly related to its price. It's also positive. What is the answer? Fourth one. Okay, the lamai. Lamai in A level economics, in MCQ paper, lamai MCQ paper is bit hard than second. Clear the lamai. The main reason is you have to choose most correct or most appropriate answer. Correct or most appropriate answer. Sometimes lamai, you may not be given 100% correct answer. Clear? According to what you learn or what you know, there may not be correct 100% correct answer, right? If you are not given 100% correct answer, you have to choose most appropriate answer. Sometimes it may be correct 80%, 90%, most appropriate. Remember, right? It has a huge meaning, lamai. Most appropriate, correct or most appropriate. Clear? Right. Then answer is fourth one. Next. Two thousand and 13, yes. Do it yourself, Lamai. Second one. Which one of the following is a normative statement? Give me 1 minute. Which one of the following is a normative statement? Uday, is board clear? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Which of the following is a normative statement? Simple name, Lamai.
Fifth answer.
Fifth name, Lamai. Because word is there. What is the word? Unfair. හැබැයි මෙහෙමයි ළමයි හැම වෙලාවකම ඔය වචන ටික බලාගෙන හොයන්න යන්න එපා තේරුණා සමහර ඒවා ගෙව නෑ ළමයි තේරුණා හරිද මේක නම් තියෙන දැන් දෙකේම තිබුණා එහෙම නැති ඒවත් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් හරිද fair unfair should මේ ටික නැති වෙන්නත් පුළුවන් ඒකටත් පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන normative positive හොයන්න හරි first one is positive ළමයි why economists classify natural resources as renewable non renewable yes ළමයි if you want you can go through textbook or then our next lesson lamai economic resources can be divided into natural resources there are two parts renewable and non-renewable right these are facts lamai facts this is positive second one the environment is an example of a scarce resource positive economies have limited means lamai limited resources is printing mistake limited resources to satisfy unlimited wants. හරිද ළමයි? මේකත් positive. The rate of inflation in Sri Lanka at present single digit mean ළමයි? Single digit 1% or 2%, right? One number. If inflation rate is 15%, it's 2 digits. You can pronounce, right? Digit, right? හරිද ළමයි? මේකත් positive. ඒවට බලන්න පුළුවන් ළමයි. ඊළඟ central bank report එක හරි search කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන් මේක හරිද වැරදිද කියලා. Positive. In unequal distribution of income ළමයි මේවා ගැන හිතන්න එපා හරිද? මේ income distribution ඒවා හිතන්න එපා. මේවා කතා කරනවා ඔක්කොම හරිද? Income distribution, it will be discussed later on, right? Okay, unfair, this is the normative statement. Normative statement, answer is fifth one. Any doubt lamai? No. And positive, normative, okay. Right. Right. Next part is lamai micro and macroeconomics. Microeconomics and macroeconomics. Micro and macroeconomics. Micro and macroeconomics. Lamai, all lessons in economics, remember. Earlier, all statements in economics, right, can be divided into two parts. What are the parts, Lamai? Positive, normative. All economic lessons in your syllabus can be divided into two branches, remember. Two branches. What are the branches? Micro and macro. Microeconomics, macroeconomics. These are called main branches in economics. There are two branches. What are the branches, Lamai? First one is micro. Second one is macro. Microeconomics, macroeconomics. Very simple, Lamai. Look at microeconomics. Lamai, microeconomics means it studies individual part of the economy, right? Economy, individual, right? Example, we can say in your O-level classes, school class, how many students were there? Sanuli, how many students were in your O-level class? School class? 30. 30.
Yes.
30.
In one class.
31.
No, I mean 30 students are in one class.
30.
Yes, yes,
30.
sir.
Right. 30 students. What is a class name? I mean, 11A or 11B?
11 sir.
11A. Sorry. 11A. Right? 30 students. Clear the lamai. Then first one is Sanuli. Which is your best friend?
Vidusha.
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 Vidusha. Second best friend.
Vishwara.
Prisha.
Vishwara.
Rishwara.
Yes.
Right. Hari. Now, ඔහොම ළමයි, I can list down your friends and I mean 30 students in the class. Right. Listen. ළමයි, we can analyze behavior of the students one by one. Example, we can say Sanul is coming from Anuradhapura, right? And she's a student like this, right? Okay. Then the parents doing like, these are the jobs done by parents. These are the attitudes of Sanuli. Is that clear? Then we can analyze lamai. Okay. Chocolate is the favorite, I don't know, right? Sweet. Like, we can analyze lamai. Okay. Sanuli is a bit lazy. Okay. And she wakes up in the early morning. These are the, right, we can analyze behavior of students one by one. Then second student Vidusha. Okay, the lamai. Then is coming from මේ class එකේම ගන්න ළමයි. Right? Sanuli like this. Then Dipna. Right? Coming from Dipna, where are you from? Colombo, right? Kampaha.
Nigambo.
Huh?
Nigambo.
Nigambo. Okay. Then coming from Nigambo, school is this, right? Attitudes like this, body size, right? Okay, these are the, weight, height. These are personal beliefs and attitudes, right? Then Kalana today is Kalana is absent. Then we can say Kalana is coming from I don't know, Doreli or somewhere, Navalapiti, right? So school is this. But I need to say, lamai, we can analyze behavior of students one by one, individually. Or we can analyze entire class, lamai. ඇයිසර බයිනවා නේද ළමයි ටීචර්ස්ලා grade 11 A නම් ගන්න දෙයක් නැහැ නේද තමයි මම කාලකන්ණි කියලා කියනවා නේද ළමයි නැද්ද 11 C නම් මෙලෝ රහක් නැහැ කියලා කියන එතන ළමයි individual analysis එකක් නෙමෙයි යන්නේ ඔක්කොටම බහින්නේ as a group, as a whole, class as a whole. හරිද ළමයි එතන බලන්නේ නැහැ මේ සනුලි හොඳයිද විදූෂා හොඳයිද එහෙම නෙමෙයි බණින්නේ as a, I mean, whole, right? As a whole class is taken as one entity, one group. Is that clear, Lamai? Microeconomics mean analyzing or focuses individual parts of the economy. Clear, the Lamai? Macro mean entire economy. It's like your class. Clear, the Lamai? In macroeconomics, Lamai, we talk about entire economy, right? We can say money supply or total exports of the economy, economic growth, total production. They were macro concepts. Clear? Micro mean it talks about individual parts. Look at microeconomics. Microeconomics. Read it, Lamai. Microeconomic is the branch of economics which studies the economic behavior of individual, highlight the word Lamai, individual decision making units. Individual decision making units. It's not talking about entire economy. Remember, as a whole, right? This branch is talking about individual parts of the economy. Clear? Units in an economic system such as consumers, laborers, owners of resource or factor owners, business firms, and government, right? Individual parts, right? Example, lamai, we can say cost and revenue. Cost revenue mean income, lamai, okay? Cost revenue mean income. Cost and income analysis. Income analysis of a firm lamai. Micro, macro. But cost and income analysis of a firm. How many firms there? One. Clear the lamai. Okay, it's talking about not the entire economy. One unit in the economy lamai. This is microeconomics. Clear the lamai. In microeconomics, we study interrelationship between these units and determine the patterns of production and distribution of goods and services. Don't worry about these points. It will be discussed later on. Remember, the point is, lamai, microeconomics mean it studies, right, the behavior of individual decision making units, right? These are the main decision making units, lamai. Main decision making units. Decision making units. Right. Now, example, we can say, assume this is the economy, Sri Lankan economy. This is the Sri Lankan economy. Sri Lankan economy. Lamai, this economy consists of some individual parts. Main one is households mean families, lamai. I think at the beginning I told you very precisely, right? Households mean families. Then firms, lamai, businesses, government, right? Then we can, these are the sub parts of the economy, lamai. So these are called economic units, right? We can discuss behavior of these parts one by one. Example, households, right? Firms like Sanuli, Dipna, and Kalana. Okay, the behavior of individual, part. Clear the lamai? This is called microeconomics. Microeconomics. Micro means lamai small, individual. Micro means individual, small, individual, right? Macroeconomics lamai. Macroeconomics mean it talks about entire economy, how entire economy works, right? Example, total production. It is called GDP lamai. GDP means total production of an economy lamai. Okay, it's macroeconomics. Clear? And we can say lamai economic growth, economic growth. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ ළමයි we can say employment, okay the ළමයි. These are macroeconomic concepts. Clear the micro and macro. Microeconomics mean studying individual parts of the economy ළමයි. Right? The behavior of individual parts of the economy. Macroeconomics mean ළමයි it's a study of entire economy ළමයි. Right? Entire economy. Clear the මොනාරි issue එකක් තියෙනවද කියන්නේ? Any issue ළමයි? Dipna? No. Sanuli?
No, sir.
No. Right. Right. Lamai macro okay. Sorry, micro okay. Write down definition of macroeconomics. Write down the definition of macroeconomics. Write down. Macroeconomics is macroeconomics. Macroeconomics. Write down macroeconomic is a branch of economics which studies behavior of entire economy, not the small individual parts lamai. Entire economy, behavior of entire economy. Within bracket write down economy as a whole. Entire economy. Within bracket write down as a whole. Economy as a whole. WHOLE. Right? As a whole. Right? Macroeconomic is a branch of economics which studies in the behavior of entire economy lamai. Behavior of entire economy. In bracket write down economy as a whole. Clear the lamai. Okay. Right. Next point. It's given in macroeconomics. We very closely observe economic structure, performance, and behavior on. Now I highlight this word. This is very important one. ළමයි highlight this word aggregate. 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 ළමයි remember this word is very common in macroeconomics. This word is very common in macroeconomics ළමයි. Aggregate mean total. Total. Right? In macroeconomics, we study aggregate concepts, total concepts. Example, aggregate demand. There's a concept called aggregate demand. Abbreviation is AD, right? It's not the demand of one person or one part of the economy, it's the demand of entire economy, right? How many goods and services are demanded by entire economy? This is called aggregate demand. Clear the lamai? Then there is a concept called aggregate supply. Aggregate supply. Aggregate supply, AS lamai, right? It means the total supply of the economy, right? Not supply of one firm or two firms, entire economy. Okay, the lamai. Then there is another concept called aggregate income, lamai. Aggregate income. Aggregate income, right? Why? Right? It's talking about income of entire economy, lamai. Entire economy. Clear the lamai? Remember, if you see this word anywhere, aggregate, it means entire economy, lamai. Total. Okay, write down if you want. Aggregate mean total, lamai. හරිද? මේ aggregate කියනවා කිය කොහේ හරි දැක්කොත් ළමයි it means macroeconomics ළමයි. හරිද? මේකේ අපි ඔක්කොම කතා කරන්නේ aggregate concept. Aggregate mean total, sum. Clear ද බලන්න ළමයි? Next one, this branch of economics focuses on concepts such as circular flow of model, business cycle, national income, unemployment, inflation and exchange rate. මේවා තමයි ළමයි concepts in macroeconomics. මොනවද concepts ළමයි? National income, unemployment, inflation and exchange rate. These are main macroeconomic concepts ළමයි. Right? Everything will be discussed in detail later on. National income, your chapter 5, grade 12. Unemployment, chapter 11. Right? Inflation, chapter 7, grade 13. Exchange rate, chapter 9. No, 10. Yeah, 10. 9 or 10. Clear the lamai? These are main lessons in your syllabus, okay? What are these concepts are called macroeconomic concepts, main macroeconomic concepts. National income, employment, inflation, exchange rate. Okay, the lamai. Any doubt? Any doubt, Dipna? Okay. Mahansid daru, amaru.
No, sir.
No. Right. Do you have more classes today? Other than econ?
Business studies only, sir.
Studies only. Dipna?
Yes, sir.
No class, only econ.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the other subjects you are doing, Lamai? Econ, BS, no, accounting and ICT? Are you doing ICT? No.
And yes, sir.
Yeah. Hanuli doing business studies, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right, okay, good. තමයි අයිලන්ඩ් රෑන්ක් එකකටම වැඩ කරන්න මුල ඉඳලා. මේ ඔයාලා මේ රිසල්ට්ස් එන්න කලින් මේ A level පටන් ගත්ත එක ලොකු chance එකක් තියෙනවා. එහෙම බලන්න 3 months විතර ඔයාලා ඉස්සරහින් එතකොට. හරිද? ඔයාලා රිසල්ට්ස් එනකොට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් සෙකන්ඩ් යුනිට් 2 එකටත් යන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. ඒක මාර ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක්. ඒ හින්දා මේ පොඩි දැන් O level කරේ එහෙම කියලා නිකන් ඉන්න එපා ළමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ කරන වැඩේ හරියටම කරන්න. කියන්නේ ඔයාලගේ ජීවිතේ ළමයි මොනවා කරත් බාගෙට කරන්න එපා. ඒ කරන දේ හරියටම කරන්න. කරන්න බැරිව නිකන් ඉන්න. තමයි හොඳම. Only two options you have. Do it 100% perfect way or give it up. කොහොම හරි රෑන්ක් එකකට යන්න බලන්න ළමයි. Right below island 100. අමාරුයි ළමයි ගොඩක් අමාරුයි. හැබැයි ඒක ලොකු chance එකක් තියෙනවා. තේරුණා? අනුලි කොහොම හරි කරන්න ඕන හරිද? අනුරාධපුරේ ඉඳලා එන්න පුළුවන් එතකොට මෙහාට. අනුලි
Yes, sir.
right. Right. ළමයි give me a definition for microeconomics ළමයි. What it is microeconomics. Dipna.
Economic behavior of individual.
Yeah. Studies yes behavior of individual individual parts of the economy. Lama example we can say demand of one product, right? Supply of one good. There are so many goods, but we are talking about only supply of one product. Cost and revenue behavior of one firm. Okay, Lama. One firm. These are the main lessons coming in under microeconomy. Macro mean is talking about behavior of entire economy. Main concepts are inflation, employment, aggregate demand, national income, exchange rate. These are the main topics coming under macroeconomics. Okay, right. Next one. Right. Lama, your syllabus can be divided into these two categories, micro and macro. All lessons can be divided into two parts, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Before that, do these two questions, Lamai. Question number 3 and question number 4. (2019) A level and 15 A level. Right. What is the answer for first one, Lamai? First part, first question.
Microeconomics.
Micro. The branch of economics that studies the decision of individual. If you see this word, Lamai, it means micro. Microeconomics. Individual. Individual mean micro. Not the macroeconomics. Positive economics. Not positive economics. Actually, it's positive statements. Normative statements. Home economics. I don't know. There is a concept called home economics. නේද ළමයි? තියෙනවනේ subject එකක් නැද්ද? හරි. Next one, which of the following is a microeconomic statement? Microeconomic statement. Dipna?
First one.
First one. Yes, නේද ළමයි? Tax revenue මේ බලන්න. Fifth එක බලමු අපි. The tax revenue of the government decreased by 8%. It's talking about the entire tax revenue of the government. So it's my macro. General price level increased by 4% last year. 4%. General price level, lamai. It's not the price of one good or service. Lamai, general price level mean average price of all goods and services. All goods and services in the economy. Suddenly micro or macro, lamai. General price level, average price of all goods and services.
Macro.
Macro ne lamai. Right, macro. Gross domestic product, I බලන්න දෙයක් නෑ ළමයි. GDP means macro. Total production of the economy. Next one, unemployment was 5.8 of the labor force last year. Unemployment means macro concept. Right? The first one, lamai, the price of rubber. It's not talking about entire economy, lamai. Right? One part or individual product of the economy. Clear the lamai. Rubber means only small product. Clear. So first one goes to micro category. Micro category. Okay, the lamai. Fourth one, answer is first one. Any doubt, lamai?
No, sir.
Right. දරුවලට තේරෙනව නේද? මයික්‍රෝ මේකේ අර රබර් කියන්නේ ඉකොනොමි එක ඇතුලේ තියෙන පොඩි පාර්ට් එකක් විතරයි. එක කොටසක් නේ ළමයිනේ. It's just one part. එක ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකක් ළමයි. ඒකෙන් ඒක මේකේ මේ ඇනලිසිස් එක යන්න බලන්න the price of rubber, not the average price of all goods and services. Price of only one product. නේද ළමයි? We are talking about change in price of only one product, rubber. It's rubber. So it's micro. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No. Right. I think last week I sent the syllabus to the group, right? Am I correct? Your syllabus. දරුවන් සිලබස් එක ගෲප් එකට දැම්ම නේද? නැද්ද මතක නැහැ මට. Your syllabus, A level syllabus.
Yes, sir.
Yes නේද ළමයි? Yes. If you want you can go through the syllabus. ළමයි ඔයාලගේ syllabus එකේ බලන්න there are 12 units. There are 12 units in both grade 12 and 13. Some lessons belong to micro, some lessons belong to macro. Right, you can divide lamai. Okay. Right. Lamai unit 1 is actually we are doing introduction to economics. It's no category lamai, right? It does not belong to any category because it is introduction part lamai, right? After second unit lamai you can divide, right? Units into two parts as micro and macro. Lamai unit 2 goes to microeconomics. Unit 2 micro. Unit 2 is the microeconomics. Unit 2 is micro part. Lamai, what is unit 2? Huh? Look at the syllabus. Unit 2 is analysis, demand and supply, elasticity and market equilibrium. I'm not going to write down the long topic, right? Unit 2 belongs to micro. Lamai, unit 3. What is the unit 3? Sanuli? Investigations, government intervention in the free market belongs to micro. Next one, unit 3, unit 4. Unit 4 is behavior of production units in the market belongs to microeconomics lamai. All other lessons belong to macro lamai, right? Unit 5, unit 6, unit 7, unit 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. All are macro part lamai, right? Micro only 3. Unit 2, unit 3, unit 4. හරිද ළමයි? ඔය money supply ඊට පස්සේ exchange rate, international trade, balance of payment, employment, unemployment, GDP ඊට පස්සේ business cycle මේ ඔක්කොම macro මේ පැතරේ. හරි නේද ළමයි? මේකත් පොඩ්ඩක් දාගන්න, note කරගන්න. Only there are 3 lessons ළමයි. In micro category, all lessons belong to macro category. Okay. Any doubt lamai? Dipna?
No, sir.
No. Right. That part okay. Then Right, and I'll explain this point also. Why study economics? Clear the mind. Actually, these won't be tested in your exam, but just remember, right? Why study economics? The importance of studying economics. Number one is, you can say, Lamai, successful citizens learn the different economic discipline and make efficient and rational decisions by effectively understanding different economic. Very important subject, because Lamai, we live in an economy, Lamai. That clear? Sri Lankan economy, Lamai. We are the part of Sri Lankan economy. So you should know how economy works. Clear the Lamai? At the very beginning class, very first day, right? I told you that the economy is like a human body, right? It has a process itself, right? All parts are interconnected, Lamai. If you know how an economy works properly, you can make correct decisions, Lamai. Number one, investment decision. Example, assume you want to invest money on shares, Lamai. You want to buy shares of any company. If you know economic concepts very well, Lama, you can analyze. You can make the correct, perfect decision. You know economics. Clear the Lama? Rational decision making. Second one, a person who has properly learned economics is able to provide effective advice to the government or policymakers. Policymakers. Advice to policymakers. Clear the Lama? Example, do you know this guy? Who is this guy, Lamai? Not guy, it's a very professional man. Have you ever seen? No? Tanuli?
No, sir.
Lamai, this is a central bank governor, right? Sri Lankan central bank governor, Nandalal Veerasinghe. Lamai, he came to Sri Lanka during financial crisis. Clear the Lamai. In 2022, Sri Lanka experienced a huge financial crisis. Then no one was able to manage the crisis. Then he took the battle, okay, challenge in 2022. He was able to manage the economy. මෙයා බලන්න මෙයාගේ videos තියෙනවා ළමයි නන්දලාල් වීරසිංහ, right? Central bank governor, okay? Deputy governor Veerasinghe served as a chairman of Monetary Policy Committee and Foreign Reserve Management Committee of CBSL, and has overseen the Department of Economic Research, Statistics, International Operations, Domestic Operations, Micro Prudential Exchange Control, Currency and Communication. It's a big personality, Lamai. High professional man, remember. Right? Economics, Lamai. That's I told you. Person who knows or mastered economics, remember, can advise to the government, especially policy making. Clear the Lamai. These are the, that's I told you, these are not the small journey, Lamai. They're not short journey, it's a long journey. Right? You should end up at this point, Lamai. Right? No shortcuts. Remember, you can do it. Clear? Right. Okay, Lamai, that's enough today, I think. A business study teacher is waiting at the class. Okay, that's enough today. Thank you for coming. Lamai, please send your address to the group. Group in our WhatsApp group. Okay, and I can send the tubes to your doorstep by couriering. Right. So put your address to the WhatsApp group. Okay, okay, Lamai, thank you for coming. And mainly today we discussed two main concepts, Lamai. Number one, the difference between normative and positive statements. Other one is microeconomics and macroeconomics. That clear? These are the main things that we have completed so far. Okay, Lamai. Okay. Do you
Excuse me,
want?
sir.
Yes, Lamai.
Sir, can you please send the module for the group? It is easy for me to take print out.
Right. Okay. Sure. No issue. Right. Okay, Lamai. That's enough today. And thank you for coming. Bye. See you on Friday. Paper revision class. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, sir.
Recording stopped.